Dumpsterfire Gaming Podcast. I'm Sqwid.
Hi, and Smuggy.
I'm Vamp, but most people call me Sqwid, but you know.
And most people call me the Virgin.
Why so?
I'm just known for eating paint. Anyway, how did you guys... So, anyways, quick question. How did you guys get into fighting games?
I didn't. I was just paid to be on here.
Yeah, we're paying him with OnlyFans, so...
So, if there's any ladies in the comments who have an OnlyFans, if you want to just leave it there for Smug, we'd very much appreciate that.
Yes, please.
Please don't.
Yes, please.
No, actually don't.
Anyway, to answer that Sqwobby question, a friend of mine suggested I should try to get into Skullgirls. So either I pay for it or a friend paid for it. I don't fucking remember. And ever since that, I've been hooked. Even though I'm still a scrub.
Fair enough. Skullgirls is pretty good. What got me into fighting games was at a very young age, like I think it was like 6. My dad used to beat the shit out of me in fucking Killer Instinct for the Super Nintendo. And so that basically just ended up being me as a kid wanting to be better than my dad, and then eventually just made me want to be like, I just want to be one of the stronger contenders in my friend group. And here we are. No, I'm not.
Well, I never really got into fighting games eventually until like last year. Basically, god damn it. It was that one dude that was streaming Dragon Ball Fighter. Vamp was in that server, and that's how we became friends. And then, basically, I was into Dragon Ball Fighter only for a little bit, and then completely died down after I started playing the game. Because Vamp got me the game for the Nintendo Switch and not the goddamn Wii U, you prick. Should have gave me the Wii U version.
Quick question, what are the loading times on that Switch version, by the way?
That's decent.
It's good at least.
It really depended on your internet mostly. From my experience.
It wasted a second of my lifespan, but it was good.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so, and that's all it. I'm not really into fighting games.
Again, we paying him OnlyFans to be here right now.
Yeah, no, he wasn't supposed to be on until a later episode.
Until I begged, and then I realized I wasn't getting paid, and I was like, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be like that.
Yeah.
And now I'm stuck playing Dark Souls 3.
Yeah.
Best fucking fighting game out there. Okay, here's it.
So is there
I'm
any
fighting
games
for my fucking life.
So is there any games you guys are excited for that are coming out later this year by chance, or?
No.
Yes.
Is it?
Go on. You were actually speaking first.
In terms of fighting games, not at all.
Oh no, I'm just saying game in general.
No.
I am excited for Pokemon BDSP, which my brain always connects it to BDSM for some reason. But
yes,
yeah,
Pokemon Leather and Pokemon Chain, my favorite.
Pokemon Belt, Pokemon Chastise.
What?
No. Jesus Christ.
And remember, everything is all satire, so don't be a bad bee.
Don't be a
Don't be a bad bee about it.
Going back to the title of the video that we're gonna put. Here's a question to everyone. Do you believe fighting games are either get too easier or they feel the same? Sqwid, shoot.
Depends. I find some games nowadays have either been simplified. For example, Grand Blue Fantasy Versus is definitely a more simplified fighting game. And it's personally why I don't like it. I don't like the fact that they try to pull what something like Blaze Blue or Guilty Gear do, where they try to emphasize this ideal of spend your meter as quickly as possible but there's two ways to spend your meter, and almost every time you're only going to spend it the one way.
Right.
I like the fact though that they, at least with that game, tried to simplify by making it so that you can do a button press and an input, like a directional input, to do a special move if you're not good at fighting games. I think that was a pretty neat inclusion, and I like the fact that again you can still do the actual inputs if you want.
Yeah, but
Uh,
I
however,
remember. I'm sorry.
no worries. Sorry, go ahead.
I was about to say, I remember people bitching about that kind of thing, like, oh, make it too easy, blah, blah, blah. But the people, one thing people are failing to realize is, like, yeah, sure, you have to sort of make it easier to use that certain special move, but it doesn't help them with everything else, like neutral, what's your best buttons to push, or all that crap.
Yeah,
Like,
I
yeah,
feel that.
Like, yeah, sure, it's easier to pull that certain special move, but they're not helping them what they need to know the most. Neutral and defense.
No, and I get that, but like I personally like the fact that some fighting games do offer that little simplistic, those little, bleh. They offer those little quality of life things. For example, again, Blaze Blue has it as well with their stylish mode for if you're not good at the game, you can pick that mode, and you can still do combos and special moves as if you knew what the fuck you were doing.
But real fun fact, when the second playthrough game, I forgot what was it called. I always
Calamity Trigger?
yeah,
No, not
something like
Calamity Trigger.
continuous sort something like
Yeah,
that.
Continuum Shift, and then I think the third is Chrono Phantasm, and then Central
I
Force
remember
Continuance.
in continuous shift, I was that kind of guy, the pick stylish mode. And that like I would top shit, you know what?
Yeah, but like that's the thing. It's these little quality of life things. So like, but then again, recently we've also had Guilty Gear Strive that's come out, and while yeah, you could say they simplified how the game's played in comparison to like Revelator 2, I honestly think despite that the game actually still has quite a bit of depth to it. At least with how they've gone with Roman canceling and shit like that now.
Yeah, agreed. Um, shit. Fuck. Okay,
On
I'm
that
dead.
question,
Yo.
I say that the games, not just only they're kind of getting a little bit simple. I say that they should. I had it in my head. Something about like having gimmicks sometimes for fighting games.
Mm-hmm.
It just makes either the game easy or just literally piss easy, depending
Yeah,
on what gimmick it would be.
The
yeah, I
prop
get that.
the and the other thing to mention, no matter how simplified you make a game is, that does it actually help noobs out.
Mhm.
It
It's actually
does.
no, that they actually help
Oh,
the pros, the people who understand the game better more than the noobs.
mm,
But like to
Because
sorry, go ahead.
because you can spam that auto combo all you want, but when you're going to get someone that know how to block it, know
Mhm.
better combos, and know which buttons it beats what,
Mhm.
then you basically helping the fans and high up players more.
Mhm.
I,
See, sorry, go ahead.
I didn't say anything.
Okay. To fully finish answering your question, I guess from my perspective, I don't think games are getting easier. They are definitely some games still offer that same amount of complexity, even if they do allow like quality of life things to make the game a little simpler for people that aren't good at the game. The way I look at it is there is always going to be there are always going to be people who are really good at the game and way better than everyone else, and there's always going to be people who are going to buy the game, play it for 2 weeks or a month, and then never touch it again because they just don't enjoy it,
that would be
or
me.
yeah, or whatever reason for the game as
And,
well.
and the ass splash.
However, if I might actually offer a different look on it, one thing I do find I don't like about fighting games nowadays, none of them are offering anything new.
Well, I mean that's the issue. How can you offer something new but keeping that core same mechanic that drives people back in every time?
Beat 'em up mode.
That's then you might as well make a whole beat 'em up game.
I mean, Tekken, Guilty Gear.
I never fucking knew they have beat 'em. I mean, I know Tekken did, but they dropped that with 7.
Yeah, they had it in I think 3, and they did it for 5.
Mm-hmm.
And Guilty Gear has Guilty Gear Asuka, which is I don't like it.
Then, you know what? The other thing that I don't understand why most fighting game companies those do is fucking offer on PvE. I mean, look at Fighter Seed. They had the occasional raid boss mode, and that draws a shit ton of people in, youths, veterans, pros, etc., to play it because it's fun.
Yeah, see, I like it. I'm worried about something like Guilty Gear trying to implement it though, because I'm worried you're just gonna get like the Naogariki boss battle as a raid battle for every character. Just, oh yeah, here is a version of the character with theoretically no weakness. We're putting Vanilla Stride Soul back into the game again. Have fun, kiddos.
But they,
Oh,
they
and by the way, sorry, go ahead.
We're putting our own version of Spiritomb in this fucking bitch.
Jesus Christ.
Also, we've decided we're giving Soul access to said Spiritomb and his dragon install.
I mean, looking at Justice 2 in that game that have a whole 24/7 PvE mode, and that shit was fun.
I'm sorry, I don't like to talk about Injustice 2. I personally think the game is whack because of Blue Beetle.
And I'm sorry, but if you get beaten up by Blue Beetle that easily, I suggest you to reset for your other fighting games and go pick up.
I should send you to fucking kindergarten and maybe
Yeah.
learn what the letter A is.
No, listen, hear me out though.
No,
Blue
no.
Beetle can actually be
Nope,
really
nope.
annoying to fight again when he just sits there and flies away from you. And all he does is fly away from you, hit you once, fly away from you, and you are forced to just play his game.
You are playing the Ken game.
I never won into that problem, and mind you, I won it. I went to a tournament for the Excelsior 2, and I never won into that problem.
How
So
many Blue Beetle players were there in the tournament, though?
I don't know. That's a real question, but still, I never witnessed that problem.
I mean, I can show you a video later that has that problem.
Okay, even if you did, that won't change my mind about it.
Valid.
You can
And
show
then once Kid sees this one video, he's like,
hey,
"Oh my god, totally."
hey.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, cut that out,
YouTube.
Sqwid.
Yeah, you can do that later. Don't worry, I'll do that in post.
Yeah, don't
We'll-
use
we'll-
our name.
Yeah, no, we don't dead name each other, but you know what? I'll just I'll
Sorry.
censor that. No worries.
Yeah, just fucking
Just not on the
use
podcast.
use fucking use a voice clip of currency censoring it.
I'm Kanji freaking Tetsu.
Yes.
I mean, they're gonna do. Yeah, I'll either do that or I'll do something else later in post. But anyways,
Yeah, that honestly completely fucking slipped my mind.
Okay,
no worries, dude.
going back on topic. Ooh,
Big.
What is your least favorite like fighting game character?
didn't we say we're saving that for last?
Did we fuck? Okay,
Right.
I'll just. You know what?
Okay,
this entire
Least fighter game.
What?
Least favorite fighter game. Go.
Oh, okay, I got one. This one was actually for the PS3. It was freaking Tekken Tag Tournament. I hate that game because yeah, well, one of them, Tekken Tag Tournament. I got the game. It was like physical full release. I have to buy episodes from that. I'm not kidding. I had to fucking buy episodes apparently.
That is fucking lame. What?
No
I
way.
had to. I literally got the full version, like $20 and everything. It was on pre-owned at GameStop. When I got that, I played the game. I was like, yo, I'm actually getting really good at this. I'm starting to really feeling the flow. And then when it said unlock episode at shop, I was like, I literally just immediately dropped dead ass on that game, and then fucking I told my dad, go fucking bring this back to GameStop now. And I even told him, don't even ask for a refund. It's just that bad.
Oh, jeez.
Okay,
Alright.
okay.
Alright, Vamp, what
My
about
least
you?
Tekken 7.
I can
Easily,
understand with Tekken 7.
I
Wow,
don't get.
you guys
I
really don't like the Tekken series, huh?
I don't get why people are so it, but don't get me wrong. I love watching high level tournaments for it. It's hype as fuck. But for a guy like me, I don't have time or patience for that kind of shit.
No, that's completely valid. For me, easy answer. Although, uh,
I
Is it Tekken?
no, trying to say this is apparently slowly killing me though. SNK heroines.
also
I never heard of that.
You've never seen the fucking what is it? King of Fighters waifu fighting game?
oh, you mean the
Nope.
one? You mean the one with the dressing up all up with real outfit?
Yeah, the one where it's like you have the regular costume, a half decent costume, scantily clad. And
Oh
it's just
yeah, I know what you're talking.
and I'm just sitting there trying to play this game. It's like, dude, I want to play a fighting game. I don't want to have to worry about my fucking family coming in behind the door like, hey, dude, what's oh, okay, we'll come back.
Oh, why
No,
is he wearing
it's
that
like,
cow outfit?
yeah, no, it's
Oh,
like,
I see.
mom,
My son is a reject.
I mean, my mom and dad already know that, but whatever.
Oh, I guess our son is just a reject. Well, we better disown him.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
But yeah, no, like I tried playing that game and like I'm not a fan of it. The combos are kind of lame. Like, well, not lame. Like I don't like how the combo structure works. It's not the same as like the standard King of Fighter game. I don't like how the tag mechanic works, and just again, I don't like the fact that when I want to casually play this game, I am constantly having to worry because of the AI whether somebody is going to walk into my room and be like, "Hey, champ, what's up?"
Are you winning, son? Oh,
Oh
no.
my god!
No,
Oh
if I
god!
can't, but like if not that, there's one other game I can definitely say that I hate to the same degree. Uh, Back on the Xbox 360, there's this little boxing themed fighting game called Face Breakers.
I have never heard of that.
Yeah, be glad you've never heard of it, okay? The easy difficulty is
Mm-hmm.
still fucking really hard.
Uh,
Like the game just kicks your fucking teeth in, and it's not a fun fighting game either. Like you're basically locked into these little fighting arenas that are like the size of an actual boxing ring, and you basically just whoop. The idea is like you have two different types of punches and a parry, and you have the option to grab, and that's it. And it's not a fun fighting game, but yeah. I guess to
so
get off of shitty fighting games, though, my question is, I guess then, what's your favorite fighting game?
I
Oh, okay. Sorry, go on.
no, you go first. I'm curious.
Okay, my favorite fighting game is not
Mhm.
one of the modern games. It's a very old game. It's Fighting Vipers.
I think
I actually love that game on the N64. I believe I only heard of it from the top 10 weirdest fighting characters, and one of the well, actually no, two of the fighting characters is that you can play as a fucking NASCAR sports car called the Hornet,
Oh, I know what you're talking about, yeah.
and you can unlock Pepsi Man.
Oh no! I thought Pepsi Man was dead.
And I believe another fighting game I love involved both Sephiroth and Cloud. I was like, yo,
Nani?
what? Yeah, there's a arena fighting game that that involved both Sephiroth and Cloud, which was the weirdest crossover, but it was fun. It's fun. It's a very fun game.
And
Hold that up.
what system was it on again?
N64, and I believe the other game was not a Sega Genesis, but I believe just the same thing as an N64.
I would have to look into it then.
Just look up top 10 weirdest fighting characters, and you'll see.
Okay, I got you.
Fair
But see,
enough.
to answer, I got two. If that's cool. Hold on. Oh,
No, I'm glad that we've all got two at least.
you.
I mean, it's appropriate.
I mean,
Yeah.
if everyone knows me a long time, then this answer is obvious for me. It's Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle and Skullgirls, my two favorite.
Oh yeah. I actually played Cross Tag Battle. That was actually my first fighting game.
And that way I'm trying to teach you out what the block button does. But not a button, but
See, for me, my two favorite fighting games have been the Blaze Blue series. Has been a big part in my has held a big spot in my heart. Not Cross Tag though.
fuck
CB
you.
and Central Fiction.
Oh wait, no. Central Fiction was actually my first one. Never mind.
Ah, that said, Vamp, you need to reinstall Central Fiction.
Why?
It was only on the Xbox 360, and I only got that game because it was rental from a library. I'm not.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, and the owner of the library actually was a big fighting game nerd.
That's awesome. Also, to answer your question, Vamp, because I want to record footage, I miss it.
Well, you gotta give me a week until I get good with Haitian tsunami.
That's fine. I can help you get good with her.
And I
But
don't mean, knowing my budget's on, I mean fucking full on combos.
fair enough. But yeah, like my first time ever playing the Blaze Blue series, I went to go visit my grandparents down in the province of New Brunswick,
New Brunswick? I have.
Canada.
Oh, okay. I was about to say I never heard of that place before.
Yeah, it's one of the. Well, I said province, so that's probably another clue there. But no worries. But yeah, like I go to visit my grandparents for a bit, and then I end up at my aunt's, and she's like, "Hey, we're gonna go to Blockbusters and rent a game." And eventually, I managed to convince my cousin to settle down on Blaze Blue fucking Continuum Shift.
White.
And I spent the entire 2 weeks I was at his house just ruining his entire 2 weeks as playing Tanger and Noel.
Okay, Tago, I understand, but Noel, come on now.
Nah, dude, Noel, just spam down drive.
And
But,
then Dragon Install!
Son, could you imagine Noel with Dragon Install? I would pay top money for someone to animate that shit. I am not joking.
I only like Dragon Install because of that one video you sent about the penguins of Madagascar, but it was edited for him to have Dragon Install.
Yeah. Okay, here's a question. Well, a question that we.
Before you ask that, I just gotta say the other one first.
Well, come on.
The other game, again, like I was saying earlier, my dad beat my ass in a lot as a kid. Killer Instinct. Killer Instinct, again, has always been a game that's just... I've really enjoyed it growing up. Even now with the new one, I still kind of enjoy it, even though I don't really play it that much. But yeah, anyways, now, sorry to cut you off there. Go ahead.
Dragon Install! Okay.
Dragon Install! Okay, you want to... So here's a story how I discovered... Well, not a story, but how I discovered Blaze Blue. You know a YouTuber named Cloud 8705, something like that?
Never heard of them. That I'm not gonna lie, that sounds like every average fucking YouTuber, like, in general.
I've never heard of it,
He's a
but it
fairly...
sounds like he likes to play Final Fantasy.
Yeah?
He's a
Either
fairly...
that or do drugs.
Okay, go fuck yourself first. Okay, so...
Okay.
He's
Okay,
a
go on.
very old YouTuber that I was when I was in a teenager. And one day when he made a video about him moving from Florida to somewhere else, I don't remember. And before he moved, he decided to go pick up Blaze Blue for the 3DS, no soak. And I'm like, I'm curious. I want to see how that game is. And I went to get the Blaze Blue continuous share for the 3DS, and here I am.
Wait, is that game good?
For
For the 3DS?
very,
Yeah, I've
very,
never played the 3DS one.
very, very fucking difficult to use combos, but still fun. I nearly perfect that game. I'm not joking you.
The 3DS, one of the 3DS fighting games I actually had was friggin' that one Dragon Ball Dokkan Battle, I think it was called, for the 3DS. It was mediocre.
I think Dokkan Battle's the mobile one, by the way.
Or no, I think it was Tenkaichi something for the 3DS.
Tenkaichi Budo, whatever.
Long name, so many words. I don't have a fucking dictionary. But
Oh,
yeah, that was my 3DS fucking fighting game.
Go buy one. Fuck. Cheap.
My 3DS, my 3DS, my 3DS fighting game was unironically a copy of Super Street Fighter 3DS version.
Oh no.
Oh God, I pray for your soul that
You know what the worst part about that fucking game was?
what?
So so when you're playing with the dual screen, it has these little buttons that you can tap, and it just allows you to do like a super, an ultra combo, and two of your special moves. And I'm just sitting here like, this is awful.
Oh wait, I actually played that game too. It was actually kind of fun at first, and then they're like, this is too fucking easy. I'm gonna go play a real man game.
I managed to actually get a game online with that. It was just one dude sitting there as Sagat just spamming Tiger Knee the entire match. I fucking hated it.
Which character was it?
That,
Was it Haggard? No, actually, no. That's a different game.
That's Marvel vs. Capcom. No, they were playing Sagat, just
Oh yeah,
spamming
Sagat.
Tiger Knee the entire time.
Tiger Knee!
And I'm just sitting there, sitting to myself, thinking, like, I just want to play Sea Viper, man.
I don't play Vital, man. What the fuck?
I honestly don't like that character because he just literally just throws himself into the opponent, and literally you are just there for a beat stick.
Well, not even just that. Like, you remember how in, like, Mortal Kombat, like, the early ones, Liu Kang had that ability with his stupid fireballs where he could just spam low and high versions, and he'd never have to move? You can do that
No.
same... Fair enough. Anyways, you can do that exact same thing with Sagat's. Just sit there and spam his fucking two different, like, leveled fireballs and force people to play guessing games, and it's awful. I hate it.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a good question.
What's the question?
Um, either to which one is more of entertainment for you these days? Old school fighter games or today's fighter games? Which one, make it more fun?
Okay, let me ask a question to add to that question then.
Shoot,
Are we referring to watching or playing?
both.
Well, let me add a question to that question. I don't know.
Fair enough. In terms of watching games, I like newer games, to be honest. Like, don't get me wrong, some of the older games are fine, but, like, nothing really past, like, nothing before the Xbox 360 era slash PS3 era am I really watching for, like, high-level gameplay to, like, get that kind of enjoyment out of. However, in terms of playing it, yeah, I've got emulators for, like, a bunch of fucking Super Nintendo fighting games. I get a good kick out of them every once in a while. Hell, I played fucking Killer Instinct not even 2 hours before we started the podcast episode.
Oh yeah.
Okay, my answer. I kind of like playing old fighting games because with old fighting games, there's like a lot of cheap mechanics that you could just see on the spot without facing against players. That is, it just makes you feel like that you're actually good at the game, even though you're quite shit at it.
I'm in between. Some today's fighter games are pretty goddamn good to watch and play, and some old schools are pretty damn good and fun to watch.
Mm.
I will say I never like watching the very, very old ones, like, Street Fighter 1 and 2. Those like it's cool to watch. That shit is hype as fuck.
I'm gonna be honest, like, the only time I like watching older games is, ironically enough, if it's speedrunning, but specifically when it comes to fighting games, tool assist, like, tool assisted system runs of, like, arcade ladders.
TAS, basically.
Yeah, TAS. I like watching TAS runs of arcade ladders just to see how quickly a TAS bot can fucking kick the shit out of the AI.
Hmm. Okay, I got a question.
What's the question?
What would you prefer? Japanese fighting games or fighting games that are basically based on different countries, like Street Fighter or something? Basically like real life versus Japan fighting game.
You mean like anime fighters?
That.
So hear me out. Let me offer a different thing than just saying Japanese or anime.
Uh-huh.
more
Yeah.
fantastical fighting games. Because, example, the Riot fighting game Project L that is hopefully going to come out at some point within the next 2 years, maybe, if we're lucky. That's my hope. But, like, that's another good game that kind of is a little more fantastical, not really real life, but kind of, I guess, maybe even could be in the Street Fighter realm, too, if you wanted it to.
Okay.
But,
Uh,
like, I don't know, sorry, go ahead.
I was about to say anime fighters are way better in my opinion. I mean, don't get me wrong, Street Fighter could be fun. Mortal Kombat, nah, pass on that bullshit.
I would say both too, because if you can make a game feel so good and feel so right, then you got a good fighting game. You definitely got a good fighting game on your hands.
Mhm.
But if you have like something like a cheap ass mechanic or something like with
Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
I was actually going to say fucking Marvel vs. X-Men, but yeah, you got it.
Fuck X Factor. I hate X Factor. All my homies hate X Factor.
I never played it, so I am confused here.
All you
Uh
need to know is the amount of games that you can win using X Factor alone is stupid. You know, sparking? It's basically sparking.
oh,
Cool.
what I'm talking about is a cheap ass mechanic with Marvel vs. X-Men is Cyclops. I hate Cyclops. He just
You mean also?
if
Sorry, go
you
ahead.
even spam the beam move, no character is high enough to actually jump over that fucking move. So basically, you have to play a chip away waiting game, where basically your health is just chipping, but you can't really get past it. There's no way to get past Cyclops' optic blast.
On that, there's another character I want to talk about too, who's kind of in the same vein that I really hate from Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Phoenix. Fuck Phoenix. Fuck the fact that she's allowed to just, hey, I rebirth if I have 5 meter. Hey, guess who's just gonna hold them as their last character, wait to die, and then deal
Wait,
with this bullshit.
are you talking about Phoenix, right?
No, not Phoenix Wright. Phoenix, like the Marvel X-Men character.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because, like, she was the one that she was already really fast, but she had the lowest health in the game. And then if she had the full 5 meters and she died, she just rebirths with full health, gets double the amount of damage, if I remember correctly. Don't quote me on that one. And
I'm
a full
quoting on
speed
everything.
boost. Anyway, she gets a damage buff and a speed boost on top of getting her full health back. And it's just, while yes, she still does have really low health, it's just really, really fucking annoying because she goes from being an okay character to top tier, like the top tier character.
Whack,
Mm,
whack, whack.
yeah, that is whack. I also had another
Also,
question in mind.
Wait, you got
Uh,
skip over me? Fuck you.
I'm sorry.
I know.
I thought you've already answered. Sorry. Okay,
I
go
know
on.
I'm
Go on.
there's
Go on.
still 2 people who need to answer.
I know I'm quiet, but damn, I have feelings. Go fuck it.
Okay. What's your
But thank you
what's
for
your
drive. Dead ass brain kill to it. Easy buttons. Best buttons like well not probably best, not like souls. Dead brain damage. Get a free what you call it, push you in a corner free card and still have the tank of a grab for it. Fuck that killed. I hope he get nerfed to the ground. Okay, next question.
okay? Okay. My next question was, would you be able to play any good fan games of fighting games?
Not really. Well, maybe one, but not. It's not out
Okay,
yet.
so actually, it's funny that you should say that. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get footage for this later, but I I do remember. Okay, you remember Sonic Battle?
No.
Yes, I
Okay,
kind of love Sonic Battle.
same vein, but 2D Sonic Fighter. Everybody's kind of
Actually,
unique.
there is.
You've got
There is.
yeah. I think I think you and I are thinking of the same one. Because like they've got Espio now, they've got Vector, they've got Shadow, Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Amy Rose, Cream, I think.
Uh, one of the fan games that I actually really love. It's a Super Famicom fighting game called Super Famicom Fighters. It actually plays as actual Super Famicom characters. I mean, like Super Famicom-esque kind of game system it is based on, but it actually has a solid moveset, assist, and everything. I think it's actually free to download. So, like, Sqwid, if you actually want to give it a try, or Vamp, I say give it a try because I think it also has online too.
Yeah.
Speaking of talking about free games, that leads me to a better question that I'll ask in a bit. But
Yeah.
good.
Uh,
As for
God damn it, you two.
God damn
like
it.
I said, this is what I meant by us sharing the one brain cell. This is what you're gonna have to be dealing with every once in a while. Anyways, go ahead.
Okay. So basically, with the game, it has like a lot of assist, a lot of characters that somewhat you don't know, but somewhat you do know, and they really do have a lot of unique movesets based on the games that they are based on. The assist characters that you can actually summon in battle are based on the character that you play as. So basically, like say if you play Simon Belmont, you actually get like Kid Dracula or Death Reaper. But if you play as Mario, you get like I believe a Goomba or a Toad as an assist character. This is why I love that it has the assist, and it just makes it so nostalgic kind of way. Okay.
Okay,
Well,
But before we get on to the next topic, though, I just wanted to quickly answer on the fan games thing as well, just a little bit though. Technically speaking, one of the games I've been enjoying a bit as of like in the last little while, originally started out as a fan game, and that is Them's Fighting Herds, which originally started out as a My Little Pony fucking fan game before they got a cease and desist from Hasbro.
Wait, they really did?
Yeah, they really got a cease and desist from Hasbro after Evo decided, yeah, we're going to help promote your game. But because there was a prize pool, Hasbro wasn't having any of it.
Bro,
And so
that's bullshit.
yeah, so they gave them a cease and desist. Originally, the game was called My Little Pony Fighting Is Magic. And then
Yeah, I actually saw that one.
Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna plug another channel here for a second. Just a quick shout out. Hold Back to Block actually does a really good documentary on the game as well.
Okay. Also, Vamp, I'm completely sorry. I remember that you were about to say something when I was talking about the Super Famicom fighters. What was it?
Yeah, you're good. I'm about to say, here's a good question. Do you think there should be more kind of like horror slash fighting games to be on the market? And no, Mortal Kombat is not like that. So shut the fuck up, you kiddies. Go back to your
Actually, no.
corner.
I was gonna say, like, do you mean something like the Black Heart? Technically,
Something like that. Like more horror theme.
to be honest, I would be fine with some more horror themed games because, like, to be honest, one of the games I really want to come back is Darkstalkers. They did a lot of horror monster themes with it.
That series is dead. That series is dead.
Oh, I know it is.
It's
I know it is. I'm
Wait.
just holding out hope.
That thing
Wasn't there a horror fighting game that was based on like all the serial killers in different movies? I can't remember what that was.
I don't know that one, but I do remember there being this weird horror themed game called Thrill Kill
Yes, actually. Wait,
that
no.
never got released.
Okay, actually, I remember what it is. It's actually called the Kildrome. Kildrome was actually one of the fighting games one of my favorite streamers was actually playing, and it actually looked very addicting because it had it has a Street Fighter kind of feel, but it's all frame by frame though. Like Skullgirls being frame by frame, but it's you can kind of see that it looks a little rough. But with the new Kildrome game or the Blood Drum game, it actually involves characters that like old times, like Frankenstein's mummy or Frankenstein's monster. I mean, and the werewolf from I believe just the werewolf, and the zombie from the Night of the Living Dead. So. Yeah, you're gonna have to look up the blood dome or the kill dome or whatever the it was actually called that I said.
Alrighty.
But it actually looks pretty damn good as a good fighting game.
Okay, I'm sorry
Um,
to cut you off and change the topic, but Umbrella for Skullgirls Alpha is just out. So
Oh, that's fine.
expect me to gather some gameplay for that, I guess. A little bit.
nice. Nice. So I guess I'm gonna ask a question now. Back on the topic because Smug mentioned a free game.
Yeah,
Have you guys played any free to play fighting games that you've actually really enjoyed?
No.
one of the Tekken games I actually enjoyed that was on the PS3. One of the characters was Dragunov. I actually enjoyed him, and I can't. I gotta be honest without a doubt. There was a couple of matches where I literally I actually freaking perfect a bunch of players on that game by just button mashing because I was like, how do you play this? Because the game barely had it barely had a training mode because it was a free version of a full game that doesn't have the story mode, neither the training mode though. It was weird.
I see.
There was one of combos, kids.
I was gonna say though, in terms of free to play fighting games that I've enjoyed though, for me, one you can actually play on your online browser, Tough Love Arena. I'm fucking awful at the game, but I really enjoy it.
Wait, what was the game again?
Tough Love Arena.
I have never heard of that.
So the game basically takes three main archetypal archetypes in the sense of you get your big-bodied characters, which can be heavy hitters or not, your zoner-based characters who have these long, lanky arms, and then your rushdown characters. And each of them are based off of a different, for example, the rushdowns are onion and garlic. You've got noodle and rice as your zoners, and then you've got beef and pork as your, big-bodied characters.
I thought we were talking about fighting games, not goddamn food.
No, we are talking about fighting games. That's just what the game.
Hey, just letting you know, I'm just joking.
No, I know you're just joking.
They are not. They are not, trust me, guys.
We are creating evil.
But yeah, I guess I've got one last question to maybe, end the podcast episode, if you guys are fine with that.
We still have.
I honestly got a couple of more, honestly.
We still have like 15 minutes left. What the fuck are you in a rush for?
Well, I'm just saying, we can keep going. I'm fine either way. But anyways, my question I'm going to ask is, fantasy fighting game. You get one IP and you can have it made by any company.
Oh.
That's kind of a difficult question because there's a lot of games that we really like.
I got two. Fairy Tail and Hyperdimension.
That's actually good candidates.
Hyperdimension had Sqwid. I'm about to come over to your house and say something nice to you.
Well, what I was going to ask is there any company you wanted to have them specifically make them?
Arc System. Without a fucking doubt.
Nice. Anyways, I'll shut up now and let you talk.
Good boy.
Good boy.
Shut the fuck up. Leave me in that fiction,
Good boy. You're a good boy. Squid's a good boy. Squid's a good boy.
Shut up, Smug.
I see you back in DP Tag after this, but...
No, I'm good. Thank you for the offer, though.
Shut the fuck up. Sit down.
I am sitting down quite comfortably.
Don't talk shit about my Fighting Vipers game, or else come over to my house and get a second controller. You dumb shit.
I'll whip out the NASCAR. I swear to God.
Okay. Fairy
Tales, I think they already have, a good roster of characters to put in, and so a Hyperdimension. But at the same time, you had to balance, the CPUs for the, human form to the goddess form with different moves and shit. Well, I think they already have a good fucking, roster already. Except the problem is, the people who make, what you call it, Compa Hard, whatever the fuck, they are very fucking stingy. Like, they haven't made a mainline fucking HDN game in years, so... They're like... Go on.
Oh no, actually, I was like, Like,
Oh.
I accidentally skipped a beat.
Well, that's
No.
not good at all.
Yeah.
I guess I'll touch
Okay.
on the question then. If you guys if you're good with that, then.
Actually, to answer your question, squiddy, bitty. The fighting game that I would be interested is I know this is a recent game that I've just been playing and I'm actually having fun with it. Is Dark Souls series, because honestly, Dark Souls as a fighting game would be an interesting concept, but as long as you just don't make it too piss easy or hard, like with
Well,
One Punch Man Road to Heroes.
to cut you off with that, I'm sorry to up. But the problem with fighting games is really balancing. That's the main issue with almost all fighting games. I mean,
I'm just
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, we'll get I'm gonna say something controversial. I like look at Fighter Z. I feel like that fucking game had the worst balance in ever.
Yeah.
Like you guys, like
No, it did get that. It did get that Mugen balance.
yeah, the new mechanic is good, but at the same time, I feel like nothing really fucking changed. I mean, yeah, sure, Jones is good now. Let's see,
It is a decent character, but not decent in the anime.
but the problem is, you know, for me is, and you can call me a Sqwid. That's cool.
That
It's
you
super
are fine either way.
super dash and beams. I feel like if someone is running beams as it is, and you're not, then you're already at a huge disadvantage. Like a beam
Yeah,
that fucking good.
yeah. But what I'm talking about is like, if you ever played One Punch Man Road to Hero, that game is
Fuck
utter.
that.
That game is utter garbage. I'm talking about like that balancing issue. If it ever comes to that, I swear to God, these people need to lose their money badly. Because if you're doing this based on characteristics or like how weak the character is in the anime, you really need your fucking head on straight. Because a lot of characters have a lot of heart, and they should all have the same treatment. And having Saitama as a fucking mechanic, you have no dignity
I'm
to make
sorry,
a fighting
but
game for that.
I mean, to me, sometimes it's a balanced fucking thing because you gotta remember he don't arrive, he not interfered immediately. So the only problem is you gotta take like two of the characters that he already was. The way Saitama himself is balanced because you are risking getting destroyed early by only have two characters.
Mm, yeah.
I mean, sure, they get tired to see you like running around other gays, but at the same time, they're still throwing the big risk of them getting steamrolled and losing all their characters.
Yeah.
Um,
And plus, and
Yeah.
from my understanding, not a lot of people actually want Showtime. They actually don't.
Yeah. Now that you're saying this is it, you're right. You are right. But I'm just talking about like how because of the. I'm just talking about themes. Like I'm saying, like
Yeah.
I'm saying like Dark Souls is a hard game, but if
Hmm.
you are literally like playing as like a character that literally if you just hit in one hit and you just die, that's not really
Fun.
fun. Yeah, that's not
that's
really.
basically Nidhogg.
Oh,
Yeah,
also, I'm sorry to put this out, but I only have 74 minutes on a one-person game, just FYI.
Just so you know,
God.
I don't own it.
Just letting you know, I'm not a weeb. I'm sorry.
Valid. But to go back on your
actually-
Dark Souls thing.
Sqwid, can we please kick him off and find that reboot and do?
No, I enjoy Smug here. Anyway, Smug.
You know he's joking.
I know he is.
But with Dark Souls, it would be an interesting concept for a fighting game because, like, basically all characters can be either slow or fast, and any other fighting game there's a slow, fast character. But saying like with the shield, it costs stamina. There would be stamina like a shield break or a dodge roll that would take massive stamina. I honestly think that would be a good balancing kind of thing, and and having attacks like in actual Dark Souls, if you swing in and make a combo, your stamina goes dropping back, and so people don't have to do infinites on you or anything.
I was gonna say, I was thinking either that or, like, let the players play as the bosses.
That'd be stupid. I'm fucking down.
Let me play as Ornstein or Smug. Please, just let me play as Smug.
But another game, I actually kind of wanted to think on it. I don't know if you guys would agree with me, but Assassin's Creed, I feel like it could be like a kind of a good candidate.
Conceptually, it could be interesting. I'm just not sure how it would play is the issue, and I'm worried it would be more like an arena fighter.
Yeah, that I'm on the same thing with Vamp. I actually started not liking arena fighter games because.
Oh no, I 100% agree with you, and one of the candidates I'm bringing up actually happens to have an arena fighter that I hate too.
Yeah, because
Oh yeah, but that fucking
yeah.
My Hero Academia with fucking our system making it a standard 2D fighter game, and I'm fucking tell you, Fighter Z would be wrong fucking dead. I'm sorry, but go on.
I mean, isn't Fighter Z already long dead after Guilty Gear?
No, they've surprisingly got a steady player base still. It's just, it's not as big as it used to be.
And
Yeah,
still fucking sucks.
Also, if you guys don't mind, I actually have 3 games that I want to see fantasy made.
Go ahead.
Ironically, all 3 of them by Arc System.
Mm-hmm.
All the games that we're just gonna have is just Arc System.
Yeah, well, I mean, Arc System's a pretty good company in my opinion. The only other company I could see making any of these fighting games that I want anyways is Capcom. And I really would like Capcom not to make another fucking JoJo's fighting game.
What?
Give that to Arc Sys. Here's the thing, unless they're gonna make it like fucking Heritage the Future, I don't want another one made by Capcom. If they make another fucking JoJo's Battle Royale or whatever the fuck it is, I don't want it. And I know they're also doing a JoJo's Battle Royale game, and actually, surprisingly, I'm excited to play that whenever.
They're dropping. I think they dropped the whole entire thing because
Really?
Because literally, it's only been like last year or 2 years ago that they announced the game, and they brought out the game, and it's in arcades, and it's just not coming out. We don't see any good news. We don't see any future updates. It's not coming out. And also, I'm gonna fight you on fucking Eyes of Heaven. Literally, I actually love that game.
No, okay, Eyes of Heaven, I'm actually fine with. I think that one's a decent game. It's the one that comes in between Eyes of Heaven and fucking Heritage of the Future that I cannot remember the name of, the PlayStation 3. And that game was pure fucking ass.
Yeah, it's more fan servicey than just an actual fighting game.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
The other 2 fighting games though that we're gonna pitch were do you guys know the anime that's on Netflix? Unfortunately, Kengan Asura.
Never heard.
Nope. Never heard of it.
Simply put, it's a martial arts tournament. Like, the entire anime is just, like the tournament arc in an anime?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's just one big, massive tournament arc, but it's all, like, unique style martial arts and shit like that. I don't know, I feel like that could make for an interesting fighting game, because it's essentially just dickheads beating dickheads up. Well, no, okay, like, that's no different than, like, what Mortal Kombat
I know,
it was just douchebags beating each other up.
No, it's just the way you said it. It's like, dickhead punching dickheads.
You know what? You know what I want? Just give me
What do you want?
Persona 5 Arena, come on.
Yeah, give me Persona 5 Arena, I'll take that too.
Wait. Can't bet! You even say arena, they're gonna think of...
editing that, by the way.
Oh, fuck, I'm sorry.
It's good. It's gonna take some while for you to get accustomed to. This is why we're doing the editing.
Okay.
That's why we censor it with Conchi yelling at you.
Okay. So
Somebody
Vamp. If you even dare say arena, they're probably going to think it's like, oh, it's a Fortnite battle royale. Like, oh my
No.
god.
I mean,
that's
though,
part of
I
point too,
I
yeah.
would like to see how 50 Magana shoot each other with sarcasm.
Hmm. So
But
yeah, so the
but it's just any game if it has the game arena in it, it's a battle royale. It's changing and it sucks. I don't like
yeah,
it.
the last game, by the way, was like a One Piece fighter that isn't fucking Burning Blood.
Wait, Burning Blood was a fighting game?
One Piece Burning Blood was like an arena style fighting game.
Oh god, that's gotta be a fucking nightmare.
It actually was alright to a degree. One of the things though that I found funny, because again, like you said, characters have a lot of heart. I liked playing Sanji. Sanji's biggest weakness in the anime is he will not hit a woman. And that holds true in the arena fighter. He only blows heart kisses at people to attack them. And while it is hilarious being able to do an entire non-damaging combo just doing these little fucking kisses, I've done it myself where I managed to get an opponent down to half health. It's hilarious. It's fucking abysmal.
Yeah, it
And
is.
it just makes me wish that Arc System would do something that, is a fighting game with it. Please, for the love of God.
I'm gonna be honest. We're just talking about Arc System, and then I'm just thinking if we're just gonna keep relying on Arc System about this, please let's not rely on him a lot because oh god.
Yeah, no, don't worry. We can stop sucking the shaft of Arxis now.
Okay,
Oh,
we only
okay.
have 4 minutes left, so the very last.
I mean, we can do a little bit longer if you
I
want to.
have things to do.
Valid. All right. So who's got the
I
last
have
question for
anime
us?
to watch.
Who's got the last question for us
You
then?
know the last question is. I already to talk it to you. You were trying to bring it up.
Oh,
Alrighty, go for
Okay,
it.
we can do 2 last questions. There's no Squid.
All right.
No, not
I
Squid.
no. You go ahead. You do the first last question. Smug, do you have another last question?
uh,
Shoot.
shit. I actually did have a question. Is there any fighting games that you want to see back, even though the series is really dead? I'm not talking about like the modern games like Dragon Ball Fighters or whatever. I'm talking about like what would you want to see revitalized from the past?
Okay, so I know I
Wonderful
originally
arena with Robotnik coach. Come
valid.
on.
I agree with that. I 100% would agree with that.
Yeah.
Give us a new Persona Arena.
Oh.
However, I know I originally said Darkstalkers earlier. I have another one
Okay.
after that list as well. Please, for the love of God, whoever the fuck has the rights to Bloody Roar, please bring that shit back. I miss the game dearly.
Okay. Okay, last question.
Oh god, my internet is going to shit.
Okay, we had to make it quick. Last question.
Alright, well, it's a good thing this is the last question. Alright, Vamp, what's your last
Least
question?
favorite killed by the game killed, dude. Least. Mine,
Shaq and Shaq Fu.
so bad guy. His story is
Wait, didn't
whack.
we already?
No,
Wait.
I stopped him.
Yeah, he stopped me. We went with least favorite fighting game
Oh.
instead of fighting game character.
So bad guy. His design is boring. His story is boring. I don't understand why you're trying to make me feel bad that his wife died, and he went on the whole when fans asked us to be like, oh, there she is, she's all fine, or
I mean, I can't.
or
I can't.
you kill him all, would be like he just faked his death or something like that. I'm sorry, but that character is boring. Fuck anyone who says otherwise.
My internet is literally going to be.
No, I agree with you. You can't feel bad for fucking Soul's wife dying because Jacko's in the game now and he's just plowing his wife.
Shut the fuck up. Okay.
Anyways, but if I'm being legitimate, I'm not gonna be on it. Like, if I'm being honest, the answer isn't actually Shaq from Shaq Fu, obviously. But if I'm being absolutely honest, I'm not a big fan of Pyrrha and Mithra and Smash Brothers. That's just because I guess I deal with them poorly in game.
No, they because he wanted those guys to show the trailer. I go, like, oh, on the anime fight, so killed her. This game bad.
No, are you kidding me? I play Fire Emblem characters and Cloud. You can't say shit. I love the anime characters. I play anime
Hey.
fighters, you fucker.
Hey, you can't say shit because I play a Shulk and I go off stage with my side V. Get
but
used
yeah,
to it, losers.
The other answer I have for that, though, because I have two, this one's also a tie. They're from the same game, though. Soul Calibur 6, I do not like Inferno whatsoever. If I see you picking him, I'm breaking your controller and I'm leaving your household. Additionally, if you pick 2B, you and I are throwing hands right then and there.
Why?
I don't like fighting against 2B. I do extremely poorly against her.
Adapt, improve. Oh, however that name goes. Okay, so
Okay, my least fighting game character is one of the DLC from The Walking Dead. That one dude with the Lucille.
The guy from fucking Tekken, fucking Negan.
No, it was Tekken 7. It was the newest DLC character.
yeah, the
Yeah,
guy
you're
walking
thinking of Negan.
dead.
That's the guy with Lucille.
Yeah, like, why? Okay. My main question: why? Why would
No,
you,
I agree.
why would
Like,
you choose? Why would you choose a character from a show that literally only knocks the heads off of zombies, has barely any fighting experiences against other people, and then you just put him in a fucking fighting game? Why? Like, yeah, it's for money. Like,
No, but I agree with you.
I'm sorry. I'm just gonna keep.
No, you first.
After I'm done with my thing. Okay, I hate that character because he just seems so out of place. Like, I don't care if he plays good. It's just like,
I agree.
Why would you
I agree
put
100%.
Why would you put a human character that has no superpowers in a game that is based on superpowers and shooting laser beams out of your fucking asshole?
I mean, there are quite a few normal people in that game still, but like,
Yeah.
he's just oddly out of place. Like, he feels too real of a person.
Yeah, like, he's my least favorite fighting game character, but like, my favorite DLC character in Tekken 7 is just Noctis, because, like, I'm a big fan of Final Fantasy, and he actually fits in the game, because he has the movesets of his relative kings that he can use to fight. Well, you got a person with a Lucille that's like, oh, yeah, you gotta bet the heads for zombies.
Well, no, and that's the thing too. Like, I agree. Even like Geese Howard and fucking Akuma kind of have like they fit into the world of Tekken pretty well. Noctis fits in well pretty naturally too. But then you've got fucking Negan, and it's just man with bat with barbed wire.
Yeah.
The character, like putting the character in Tekken feels like adding like the edgy fan fiction character to a game.
Yeah, he should have actually belonged in fucking King of Fighter, because basically that game, like, it has somewhat superpowers, only like a few characters, but it's all just all humans fighting for a tournament, and he should have actually been added to that. But Tekken 7 is just like, why?
Yeah,
I know
Okay.
it's.
I
know
I
it's
believe that.
Go on.
Good.
Fuck. Oh my! I think this is a good time.
I'm done. Yeah, I'm done.
You know.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're ready to wrap things up.
Yep.
All right. Thank you everyone for coming to the Dumpsterfire Gaming Podcast. We will see you on the next episode.